Okay folks, this will be an interesting one. Let's see if we can make this piece of shit look alright, just a piece of garbage. At least we're using it before we throw it away. I'm actually thinking we might, or we'll leave it. I was thinking of lowering the contrast, but I don't know. Anyway, what is this thing? It is Tena pads. Yes, I use these for bladder leakage. Yeah, it's like you get to a certain age and you start to lose a bit of continence. Doing special pelvic floor exercises to hopefully fix the problem, but it's really an issue, and yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, I know, to photocopy something like this. Just trying to push it up to the top there. But basically, yeah, it's like it happens a lot. A lot of people get it when they're starting to show their age, and I just feel like I've been showing my age, and it really hurts because I misused my youth. I didn't take opportunities when I had them, and I never got married to my partner Luigi, and I fell in love with him just over 10 years ago, and I'm still trying to find him, and it's really hard. And having to deal with losing your prime to all of this, you lose your prime of your youth, and it's just really sad that I can't get my youth back. I can't have it back. However much I'd love to have done things differently. If I had done things differently instead of the way I did them, well, maybe I could have, because it's not going to be, I don't think sex is going to be as good in your late 40s than it was in your early 20s. Nothing beats young sex, in my opinion. There's nothing like the youth, the enjoyment of youth. And I always wanted to marry in my 20s, not my 40s. And it looks like with this pandemic raging, I'm not going to see him, and I can't marry him because marriage ceremonies are forbidden because they are considered dangerous in this climate that we have. This pandemic of COVID-19, which I really fucking hate, folks. But we have to do it. We have to accept that these rules are there for our safety. We can't buck the system. We can't try to... However much I can understand what you're going through, folks, like the people who want to protest human rights and all that, just so that we don't have to deal with the lockdown that we have been dealing with. But we can't fight the system. We've got to just flow with it. It's there for our safety, folks. I know it sounds boring. I know safety is often boring. It's like, I hate it too, folks. But what can we do, folks? We have to survive. And if you get COVID, you could end up with symptoms lingering long term. Like you could have heart problems, lung problems like breathing, air hungry. You could end up with problems with your liver, and your kidneys could fail. There's all sorts of shit that you could get. Worse shit. Shit that just keeps lingering if you get COVID. So I'm just telling you, it's best just to flow with these boring rules. I know it's rules, but we have to do it, folks. It's for the sake of your kids, the sake of your family, friends, loved ones. You know, one of the people that died, a 27-year-old, apparently his wife took it home from her job as a disabled worker, as in the disabled services worker. So you can see that how dire this situation has become. Just wondering if we're going to move this across a bit further. I do think maybe we might move it across. But yeah, we just have to flow with this shit, you know. I know it's boring, I know it's restrictive. I hate it too, folks. I really hate this stuff, folks. Lockdown is indeed a word I don't like. Is a word I really hate. And it just took one idiot, that limo driver. It took one idiot, such as that limo driver, to trigger this avalanche, and now we're fucked. He didn't want to play it safe. He didn't wear a mask or get vaccinated. And that's the key to our success in leaving this pandemic, is to get vaccinated. And that's the only way we're going to get out, folks. Get vaccinated. Don't worry about the rare possibility that you could get a blood clot. I know it's possible, but it's better than catching COVID, and you're more likely to catch COVID than you are to get a blood clot. A TV advertisement on Channel 9 says the chance of getting the chance of getting a blood clot on AstraZeneca, which is the one that people are avoiding because of this, is like a chance in 1 in 2 million. This is off the news. This is on the television. So they're trying to show us that the odds are that if you take AstraZeneca, the odds are pretty much in your favour than if you're trying to dice with the pandemic itself, which you don't want to do, folks. So you're better off getting AstraZeneca. That's how I see it. Wondering which way we're going to move it. That way? We don't want to move it any further because we don't want to... Oh, I don't know. This is fucked. I'm just thinking we're just going to do something else. Maybe move it back. This is not looking too good, this piece. It's not an easy one. But yeah, if we can all get vaccinated, we can hopefully soon get out of this lockdown. We can't get out of the lockdown by playing tippy-toes anymore. We can't just try and dodge the illness, trying to play dodgeball with COVID. It just ain't working anymore. We can't do that. So we have to act and get vaxxed. Act vaxxed as soon as fucking possible, folks. Wondering how big we're going to make it. Maybe make it a bit... I don't know. This is really eluding me, how to do this. Yeah, that looks shit house. I do want that to be the centre. Wondering if maybe a smaller enlargement like this is better. I think it is. I think we can make it smaller on the vertical. Much smaller. So I'm going to make it 300 at the vertical. I'm really finding my demos are a bit long today. Sometimes I do a whole rack of short ones. Sometimes I do long ones. It's very much what happens in this, what I do. And this looks a lot better now. I've got that lovely arch piece and that lovely bit there. Wondering if we could do it further, if we could enlarge it, reduce it, the enlargement a little bit further. on the vertical. I think the vertical is where it's at. I think we've got this as best as we can, so we're going to make it 280. But I'm really missing my loved one, and because of this lockdown I probably can't find him. I don't know where he lives, if he's in the 10-kilometre radius from where I live, and we can't get married. And now that looks shit house. We've got the edge there. We're going to just get this a little bit in a bit. But basically I really miss him, and it's really difficult, and I can't break any rules like regarding wedding arrangements. We just can't get married. We just can't get married. We're just going there for some reason, 288. But basically I really miss my partner, and I really need to find him, and I'm trying to use this social media to help me find him, even though it's really seems impossible. And that's still too small because we've got that ugly piece there. I actually think maybe this is as close as it gets. I think that was 290 from memory. However crap my memory is, I think that was a 290. But basically I really miss him, and I can't get in touch. I made mistakes when I was young, and those mistakes have cost me my relationship. And I know he still loves me, and this looks shit house. We still have that there. I think 290 isn't the amount we're after. I think we're at 200, or maybe 300. We might have been on 300. We're just going to round it up to 300. My memory's not good, folks. I thought it was 290 that I had it on. But yeah, I really miss my partner, and I really need to find him, and it's really has been difficult. And I've tried my best utilising my talent as a photocopier artist to get in touch, because he shares my passion with the photocopier as well, and we just need to find each other to put the past behind us and move on. And it's just really hard to move on when this shit, well, this pandemic has really hit the fucking fan. It's hit the fan so many times, and you just can't avoid the shit flying everywhere. But then it could go beyond the fan. It could be more like a shit storm. And in a storm you get not just rain falling from above, you get bloody puddles and whole flooding and all that. And this shit is like diarrhea, basically, and it's flooding the ground. And even if you can get rid of most of it with an umbrella or a raincoat, you're still going to be stepping in it. So it's bloody shit storm, folks. It's gone beyond hitting the fan. It's gone to become a storm. So fuck that. But we have to fucking just try our best to exist and play until we get vaccinated. We have to keep playing dodgeball, or tippy toes as I call it, with this pandemic. So we have to go beyond tippy toes and get vaccinated, folks. That's my advice, folks. Anyway, that's come up looking quite minimalist, but it looks quite nice. I think we can do a switcheroo. I don't know if a switcheroo is going to look any good with this one. This one's a minimalist piece, or at least from that arrangement it is. But it might just look good if I make another version of it. I could be wrong. I get the feeling I'm probably going to be wrong in this case. But this is a really prolongated demo. Anyway, that looks interesting. I think the first might have been better. I think now we can call this demo quits.